Hey everybody, it's Kim. I am making dinner tonight and I'm using up some of the products that I made, specifically the chicken fat and the broth that I made from those leg quarters. I wanted to make a quick, easy meal. In my pan, I have the chicken fat along with some carrot and onion, and I'm going to saute those just until they start to get a little bit tender. Then I will add my cabbage and a little bit of garlic. Now, this garlic used to be $1 at the Dollar Tree for this one. It's gone up to $1.25, but really the amount of garlic you get in here is a lot. And right now garlic is like $7 a pound. Yes, I know it's not, you don't use a lot at one time, but this is a pretty good deal anyway. So I'm going to add that and the cabbage in a minute. I will be adding some soy sauce and some fish sauce. I thought it would be fishy. I tried it. Somebody insisted it's actually really good and it does not taste fishy. It just adds some of that umami flavor. Then I'm going to add some rice that was cooked in my chicken broth. And I'm going to add at the end scrambled 3 jumbo eggs. Now normally I would use 5 to 6 eggs, but look at the size of those babies. The little one is a normal large to extra large size egg, and my little gray girl overdoes herself 4 to 5 times a week and gives me a jumbo egg. So I'm going to put that in here and I'm going to scramble it up once I need it. So back to sauteing my vegetables, and I will get back with you in just a minute. Alright, those have been sauteing for a couple of minutes, and I'm going to add my cabbage. I wish I had more veggies to add to this, but I'm a little low right now. But at least there's a good amount in here for 3 of us. It's only 3 of us, and it's so I have a carrot in there, a quarter of an onion. I would prefer to have a half an onion, but I'm getting low on onions, and my Walmart was completely out of onions. I went twice last week, and they were completely out, except for the organic ones, and they were $6.99 for 2 pounds. I cannot pay $7 for 2 pounds of onions. My budget just won't take it. So I'm going to saute these for a couple of minutes, just until everything starts to soften. And to this, I'm going to add a little bit of garlic from the dollar store. And like I said, it's a pretty good deal for what it is. I mean, I don't have to peel it, I don't have to chop it, and it's good. So I figure with the vegetables I have in here, I have maybe $1. It's probably less. Quarter of an onion. Let's see, they were 98 cents a pound. Average onion's about a half a pound. So 50 cents, 13 cents for the onion. 15 cents for the carrot, and probably the same for the cabbage. So this is going to be a pretty inexpensive meal. Now, if you have it, you could add chicken or pork to it. Works out really good. If you happen to have shrimp or whatever you like, add it by far. But like I said, this is on one of our budget meals. If I had to buy the eggs, the cheapest I could find them in my area is at the dollar store, and they are medium size. So for those, I would definitely use 6. So that would be 60 cents for the eggs. Rice is very little for me. I don't even know what it costs right now, to be honest, because I bought a 25-pound bag a couple years ago, and I still have probably 10 pounds left. So I'm still working on that. So I'm, at most I'm going to say you're probably going to cost 30 cents for some rice. And the broth, that was just made from scraps, so I don't have any money into that, just some cooking time. So I'm going to go ahead and finish sauteing these until I get them to where I like them. I like them with, I guess, if it was pasta, I'd call them al dente. But because I don't like them completely cooked, I like to have a little bit of a crunch to them. So I'm going to cook this for just another minute or so, and then I will get ready to add my rice and the eggs and the seasoning. All right, before I add my rice, I'm just going to add a little splash, and I'm talking that much fish sauce. You don't need a lot. And the soy, I would rather put too little. Sorry, I don't know what they're listening to. And then add some more. So I'm going to put a couple tablespoons of the soy sauce, and that's going to help me saute those vegetables down a little bit more, because it's going to bring up anything that might be stuck to the bottom. And like I said, instead of chicken fat, if you don't have it, you could use a little bit of oil or whatever to saute your vegetables in. If you don't even have that, just saute them in some water. But the chicken fat just adds more chicken flavor to this dish. So that's about right. I'm going to turn my heat up just a little bit for the next couple steps. I want to get it good and hot, because now I'm going to dump in most of my rice. I wanted to save some for another meal I have for tomorrow. Put in my rice. Oops. Sorry about my arms being in the way, but I want to save a good half cup of that. And like I said, it's not a huge meal. It's not, I love fried rice. My brother and my nephew are, they could take it or leave it, so they'll just eat one small portion and that'll be it for them. So there, see how I've added the rice? I'm going to break it up, and it's absorbed all of that extra sauce in there. I'm sure, you know, making fried rice is not a big deal. Some people add their egg directly to the rice. I've tried that. It just comes out with this big mushy thing of rice. So I prefer to do it this way, but maybe, you know, you could add a portion of it to the rice. I guess you would have to have a lot of rice to add that many eggs. And then I'm just going to, once again, turn my heat down a little bit to medium. And I'm going to I moved everything to the sides. I'm just going to pour my eggs in. You can see this is a lot of eggs for the amount of rice we have in there. And I'm going to let them cook for a minute. And what I do is I just stir from the center. And it does, you know, get into that rice a little bit. And right before you're done, you stir it all together, cover it up, let it, make sure all that egg that's in the rice gets cooked. And you're all set to go. So I'm going to finish this up, and I'll show you what it looks like when we're all done. Not the prettiest bowl on the planet, but it's filling and it tastes good. I had some dehydrated chives. I just sprinkled a little bit on the top for some color, and that is my dinner tonight. Really, it's filling, so I don't have to worry about having, you know, that's a good solid 3/4 cup of rice and a great big egg and my vegetables. So I would just check it for, decide if I need some more soy sauce or anything like that, but this tasted pretty good. So this is our dinner from that budget chicken that I bought. If you do your stir fry different, let me know in the comments below. Do you mix your egg with your rice first? Do you cook the eggs separate and then add it? I'm just curious how everybody else does it. But anyway, have a great dinner, everybody, and have a wonderful night.